Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson. It's great to see you again, Senator. You know, a majority of registered voters in a new poll, 54%, want President-elect Trump. So what's striking about what happened, Senator, we're seeing the fallout. The superiority, the moral superiority of people who thought they were in the majority, they were in the minority all along.
Well, I think Americans for the last 4 years have just, their jaw has dropped based on the way Democrats have governed, the radical left. Opening up our borders, 40-year high inflation, you know, the embarrassing and dangerous surrender in Afghanistan that emboldened our enemies. So they're disgusted by it. And so I to a certain extent, agree with the folks that you just had, you know, showed that podcast. They are disgusted with Democrats and the radical left. And of course, they also saw President Trump in what Mark Zuckerberg said was just the most badass thing he saw, almost get assassinated and stand up and say, okay, now we got to fight. We got to fight, fight, fight. And that resonated with people because we need to fight to save this country.
You know, Senator, let's turn to Trump's nominee for U.S. Attorney General Matt Gaetz. The House Ethics Committee declined to release the report on Matt Gaetz about those misconduct allegations. But Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene says, if you go after Matt Gaetz, then release all the ethics reports and secret payoffs of sexual harassment and assault claims that congressmen were hit with. They were paid off with taxpayer money, those claims. She also said release the entire Jeffrey Epstein files, tapes, recordings, witnesses. She said, quote, we're going to dance. Let's all dance in the sunlight. What do you make of this?
Well, first of all, I can certainly understand why President Trump would want a fighter like Matt Gaetz trying to clean up the Department of Justice. I mean, that's what we need. We've got a real problem in this country with, you know, partisans in these agencies. In this first term, they undermine, they sabotage his administration. So he's far more aware and wary of what the deep state can do to him. So he wants strong advocates for him. You know, from a standpoint of Matt Gaetz, I mean, I don't know him that well. I don't know the allegations. I certainly know how the legacy media carried the water of radical leftists and the Democrats about the Russian collusion hoax and put this nation through political turmoil that hasn't ended because of that corruption. So I don't believe anything I hear through the legacy and the corporate media. Matt Gaetz has denied all these charges. I know people who have worked with him. They appreciate him. I know the Uniparty doesn't like the fact that he basically helped take out Speaker McCarthy. So again, I've got a totally open mind, but I completely think that a president deserves to put people in place that he wants. He'll be held accountable for any missteps.
Senator Johnson, thanks for joining us tonight. It's great to see you.
Have a good night.